One of the most frustrating things about being a woman in perimenopause or menopause is not feeling like yourself, or not feeling like you've got enough energy to dedicate to all aspects of your life. But however, not wanting to feel patronized or discriminated against because of it, or not wanting people to use your menopause as an excuse to treat you differently. So much so that there has been a surge in menopause-related workplace tribunals in the last 5 years. You are not allowed to discriminate against a woman in menopause, as you wouldn't be allowed to discriminate against any segment of the workplace or the workforce. This has been a real problem, though, in recent years, and the law has now changed, which is great. Okay, it needed to change. Now, the law coming into place, it's changed in the recent legislation 24-25. The law coming into place will be in place voluntarily in April 2026. Employers that have got 250 employees or more, now from April 2026 onwards, voluntarily have to have a policy in place, signposted where employees can get help. They have to voluntarily, again, train their managers and their leaders. They have to have kind of more flexible allowances put in place, and all these kind of very sensible plans. Great. Do they know what they are? And I laugh, because if you speak to perimenopausal, menopausal women en masse, they can tell you what they are. They can tell you how they feel. But there are really kind of sensible plans that you can create. But a lot of it is a listening ear, somewhere to defrag when things get too much, sensory overload, when people are talking too much at once. That's some of it, like having a quiet workspace when people are just being loud and leery. Some of the problems in perimenopause and menopause are when overstimulation, when people are just talking over the top of each other. Some of it is kind of just the environment in which we're working. It's too hot. It's too overbearing. What are you going to do about that? I need someone to go and talk to, because I'm just feeling really overwhelmed and I feel raging. What are we going to do about that? So there are common sense things in place, like flexible working hours. You could start a bit later if your symptoms are worse in the morning, which generally they are. Maybe hybrid working, so some days you could work from home. But the countries, there are different countries where they have more statutory days off. But what I'm doing right now is I'm collecting data. I have a whole bank of data. As you know, I talk to menopausal and perimenopausal women day in, day out, okay? And I have a huge amount of data about what perimenopausal, menopausal women would love to have to make their lives easier. But I would still love to talk to you. I'm conducting interviews to get qualitative data, and I'm still collecting data about like more quantitative, so like just ticking boxes. And I would love you to tell me, okay, what it is that you would most like for your employer. I'm speaking that weird syntax again, I don't know why, but I would love you to tell me what you would most like your employer to change for you. Okay? What would you love your employer to change? What would it be? What would make your life so much easier? A fan on your desk? Slippers at work? What is that thing? What are the things? Because genuinely, I'm having these conversations with companies. I'm having these conversations with employers. So please let your voices be heard. okay? Because I want to we've finally got the opportunity. And yes, it's in the UK right now, but you never know. I'm a noisy little thing. I might be able to get the conversations heard in other countries as well. So tell me. And listen, you never know. I might be able to speak to somebody in your company. Tell me what is the thing. Because maybe you say, well, that's ridiculous. They're never going to fall for it. They're never going to go for that one. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to go for. But if I can have that conversation, it never hurts to ask. Okay? It never hurts. You might think I'm the only one that thinks that, right? I'm the only one that's going to think that. I might get 100 women that say the same. So if you're willing, put it into the comments, okay? But also, if you want, you can email me, kate@kategrosvenor.com. Tell me what it is, all right? Because I'm going to be doing surveys as well. I'm going to be interviewing women as well, okay? If you want to be interviewed, let me know if you'd be willing to do interview on screen. Tell me if you've got a story that you want to tell me about workplace and menopause. Let me interview you. All right, if you want me to do a written interview, let me just have those conversations, because we need to have this dialogue going so companies are aware, so that we can make real changes. All right, my darling, take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.